All right, and welcome back. I am JT, and another thrift store finds on Mondays. And I have a whole lot of music to show you. I did go to a thrift store. It had been a really long time. I took a break. Well, I had COVID, and I certainly didn't feel like going thrifting when I was sick with that. And, I'm doing so much better. I'm back 100%. It feels great. Feels real good to be feeling good. So I'm just going to get right ahead into this and get started. So I found some great CDs, and first up would be Sneakin' Sally S's Sneakin' Sally Through the Alley, and that's Robert Palmer, and this is his debut album from 1974, and this is just a great CD. He has Sailin' Shoes on there, which is a Lowell George from Little Feat penned song. There's the songs. And next up would be Richard Thompson, and this is Mock Tutor. And this Mock Tutor is from 1999. And this has Cook's Fairy Queen on it as the opening track. I love Bert Jansch, John Renbourn, Richard Thompson. It's right in my wheelhouse for music. Love it. But then again, I love just so many different genres. And this is a good one, guys. This is this artist's second album on Lost Highway Records from 2001, and that is Ryan Adams. And this is Ryan Adams on Gold. And why I picked this one, these were $1.50. This has the bonus. This has the second CD with about 5 bonus tracks I'll show you. This is a really good one. This is Chris Smither, and this is he's best when he's doing live shows. And this one is from Ireland in different parts of the world, and Chris Smither does a wonderful cover of Dust My Broom. Of course, Robert Johnson wrote that song. This is on High Tone Records. You know, it's folk, it's blues, it's Chris Smither. He's just fantastic. Incredible artist. And lastly, for the CDs, this is a guy that was, he was in John Mayall, he was in the Rolling Stones, and that's Mick Taylor. And this Mick Taylor is from 1990. It's live. Stranger in This Town. This was a cool find. This was $1.50, and the song tracks. All right, I'm going to get right into it. Now, these are very, very, I think there are 6 records here. These are records I just found. And this was very interesting because Alberto Vargas did the cover art, and this was one of his very, very last paintings because he died just a couple years after doing this. And this is Bernadette Peters. And look at that Vargas cover. Now, I haven't even spun this. I got this late, yesterday afternoon late, and I haven't had a chance to put this on. I always liked her as an actress, and I remember that she did records. She did about 5 or 6, but this is her debut. And that cover art is just wonderful. And, we know Alberto Vargas from this one, from Candy-O. So, yeah, Vargas covers and original Vargases go for hundreds of thousands of dollars, evidently. I was really happy to find this. Now, there's a little secondhand store that I go to. A friend of mine owns it, and I had to pay $2.50 a piece for these 2 next records. And I didn't mind. I like supporting his store. I mean, $2.50 for, from 1987, Suzanne Vega. This has Luca on it. And I might have, I don't think I have a copy of this. I definitely have a copy of this on CD. And I really like Suzanne Vega. And this in particular is about, well, one of her very best records, if not her best. And there's the songs. And this was cool. I don't have any Esquivel at all on vinyl. And yes, I paid $2.50 for this. It's in the shrink. It's in great shape. And just a little note about Esquivel. Partially grown up in Las Vegas in the late 60s and early 70s, he was a regular in the lounge at the Stardust Hotel. And the Stardust had the most beautiful sign on the Las Vegas Strip. As teenagers, we would, sometimes we just drive up and down the Strip and trip out on all of the lights. And we might have been tripping as well, if you know what I mean. Any given evening in the early 70s. But you'd always see Esquivel's name on the marquee, and whoever else was headlining. Well, it was the, I believe it was the Folies Bergère or the Lido. So Esquivel, love having this one. And this one does sound great. I spun this because I like having Esquivel. Now, this is a record that has eluded me. This is the Moody Blues, 7 Sojourn from 1972. And I did not have a copy of this record. And I was just at Originals Vinyl in San Francisco, and I asked him, hey, do you have a clean copy of Moody Blues, 7 Sojourn? And he didn't. And isn't it the way it goes? I mean, I went to a thrift store, my favorite in town, and there was a copy. And the jacket's pretty good. It just has this little bit of tape thing going. But the vinyl is absolutely killer. And there's the songs on 7 Sojourn from 1972. I love the Moody Blues. The classic albums are just fantastic. Really, on Threshold, of course. And next up, this copy. This is this artist. Oh, what is this? This is her third studio album, Rickie Lee Jones. The Magazine and Jukebox Fury is just fantastic. What a great listen. Jukebox Fury on this record. This isn't her best. You know, her debut album in Pirates is my favorite. This one followed Pirates, so this is her third. And this is from 1984. So there we go. And she looks a lot like Terry Reid's wife, my friend Lynn. I mean, Lynn looks like Rickie Lee Jones. It's crazy. Okay, the last one that I found at the thrift store, and this is, I'm showing it last because I just couldn't believe it when I saw it. It's a UK press, it's on Harvest, and that's Bebop Deluxe. And it's, I won't take it out, but it's on the Harvest label, and I believe the reason why we had the UK press here in the United States is because it was only released on Harvest, I believe. And this is Modern Music. This is from 1976. And, you know, if you don't really know Bebop Deluxe, and I know a lot of you are going to know Bebop Deluxe, I mean, it's rock and roll, really. Glam, art rock, a little proggy as well. And there's that cover. Okay, let me go ahead and open this up. I'm having fun. Hang in there with me, guys. And, you know, Modern Music is on here. So good. And there's that Harvest label. And this record sounds great. Really, really good. Glad to have that one. So now, all right, I'm going to show some old records. And why I'm doing this again is Chris Prophy's thread, Show Your Oldest Record. That was so inspiring that, you know, I mentioned that on my Thrift Store Finds Monday video, I wanted to show more old records. So I'm just going to get started like right away. I have a whole stack, let me show you, of old records. So we have Something Else, Cannonball Adderley on Blue Note. And this is from 1958. And I'm just going to mention the years. We're going to get through this. And this is just wonderful. The original inner sleeve. And this is on, I don't think this is Liberty. No, this is the New York Blue Note. And guys, these are all thrift store finds. Everything I'm showing today, True Blue, thrift store finds. The Sidewinder, Lee Morgan. And this one's from 1964. This is a Liberty Blue Note, but I paid $1. No, wait, I paid $2 for this, something like that, crazy. So here's the Liberty Press Blue Note. And Mark from Mad for Vinyl was saying how a lot of times he'll spin his Liberty Blue Notes before his really sweet OG Blue Notes. But he has, man, you got to check out Mad for Vinyl, Mark's channel. He just shows such incredible records. And next up from, let me see. This is the Modern Jazz Quartet, and this is from 1957. And this group went way back to the late 40s, but this is a later record of theirs. And this is on Atlantic. And Ahmet Ertegun's brother produced this record for Atlantic. And look at this really old Atlantic label. This is just so great. Just wonderful. I'm just, you know, I do have some good jazz records. Now, this is some of my oldest jazz recordings, except for some Billie Holiday. And, you know, I just can't think right now. I did go digging for these records. And this is from 1957. Now, this jazz great died in 55. So these recordings are much older. And this is the genius of Charlie Parker, Night and Day, Charlie Parker and his orchestra. You know, and Dizzy Gillespie and Charlie Parker, just so iconically great. So this is a good one. Let me show you this is on the old Verve. And again, this is a pressing from 1957. Now here is Ella. This is one of my older Ella records. This is from 1956. And this is Ella Fitzgerald Sings the Rodgers and Hart Songbook. And this is a double. And this is on Verve. And a gatefold. And this is going to be on the, well, it's on the same black Verve label from the late 50s. Now, this is about my most valuable record. And I had two of them, and I just sent the other one off to a member of the vinyl community. And the one I sent him was the more rare, the very, very, very first press. This is a first press as well. This is Julie is her name, Julie London. This is just a very, very clean copy. And this is from 1955. You have the great Barney Kessel on guitar, and this is one of my best sounding records. It sounds like she is in the room. It's incredible. It's very, you can hear her breathe through her song and her notes. It's just fantastic. And let me show you the wax on this. This is on the original Liberty. And on this one, Cry Me a River is the first track. But on the one I sent off, Say It Isn't So is the first track. And I researched it. I couldn't find anything how that happened. Nobody, anyway, interesting. Now, from Louis Prima, this is a UK press. This was a cool pickup. This is from 1956 and The Call of the Wildest. And there's so many great songs on here. When You're Smiling, Pennies from Heaven, and When the Saints Go Marching In, Sentimental Journey. And, you know, Louis Prima rocks. I mean, you know, Mike from the In-Groove loves Louis Prima. What's so great about this is look who's on there. Sam Butera and the Witnesses, and Keely Smith. And I'll show you this UK press. This is pretty cool. This is on the Green Capital. Yeah, I have a bunch of Louis Prima. And next up, from 1960, this, I believe this is her second album, and her great big hit, I'm Sorry, is on here, and this is Brenda Lee. And again, from 1960, Brenda Lee, and this is on the Decca label. And I really like this Decca label. It's just really beautiful. All right, I'll keep moving. And from 1959, this was a great find. This is the Coasters. You have Searchin' on here, Down in Mexico, and you have Youngblood on here too. I have shown this before, but you know, I want to show my old records. I have a lot more old records, but these are some good ones. And somebody wrote their name, and I don't care because I'm just glad to have this record on Atco. And this is scratched, but it sounds good. I've played both sides. Now this, when I found this I found this for 25 cents. Franny Beecher is the guitarist, just the incredible guitarist for Bill Haley and the Comets. And if you ever, if you're ever bored or want to do something, listen to Rock Around the Clock and really listen to Franny's guitar solo. I mean, unreal, definitely. And this is from 1954. This record was also released big time because it just went huge in 1955. But Rock Around the Clock is actually from 1954. So there's the songs on the back. And this is on the really old Decca label. There we go. All right, Bill Haley. And next, oh man, from Macon, Georgia, we have, and so many listen to this record, especially in the UK, in Liverpool especially. The thing about Liverpool, before I show this record, is a lot of GIs were able to get their records, American GIs that were stationed and they were in and around Liverpool, and they could get records at the, what do you call it, the dispenser? I forget what you call it, but they could get records. And so the kids in England, records were available from America. So I'm showing Little Richard, and you got Keep a Knockin', you've got Send Me Some Lovin', Heebie Jeebies, Good Golly Miss Molly, Hey, 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 The Girl Can't Help It, and Lucille. And Little Richard on specialty. Love having this record. And I have Here's Little Richard on a 10-inch. It's hanging on my wall over there. And that record came out the month and year I was born. Here's Little Richard. So, yeah, I was born in 57. So the specialty label, Little Richard, his second album. And this is from 1958, yes. Now, the Fats Domino, 1958, real New Orleans kind of style, wonderful record. The fabulous Mr. D. And this is on Imperial. And a lot of you are going to know that old Imperial label. And here it is. There's the songs. Fats Domino. And also from 1958, Ricky Nelson. And I believe this is his second release. And so many great songs on this. You have I'm Feeling Sorry, Unchained Melody, There Goes My Baby, I'll Walk Alone, Shirley Lee, Someday, There's Good Rockin' Tonight, Ricky Nelson, and he had one heck of a guitarist in his band as well. And I'll let you tell me who that is. Here's the Imperial label again. But yeah, a lot of these early rockers had look at Eddie Cochran. I mean, what a player. Now, the brothers, Everly Brothers, and this is from 1960. This is their fourth LP. And this is a date with the Everly Brothers. There's Phil and Don. And here's the songs. Here we go. On the early Warner Brothers. And that's in mono. Last one, 1959. Thanks for hanging in there with me. I need a drink of water. Here we have The King from 1959, Elvis. And this is for LP fans only. There were different pressings of this. I'm glad to have this one. This has a lot of great songs, and let me show you the back. There it is. I think this is my oldest Elvis LP, and we were there the night of his comeback in July of 1969, International Hotel, Las Vegas. So he was really my first rock concert, was seeing The King with James Burton. It was absolutely incredible, and that paved the way for me with rock shows. You know, I saw Tull, I saw Yes, Sabbath, so many great bands. Here we are on the RCA Victor. And this might be the 1965 edition, but I don't think so. I think this is the 59. I found this for $1.50. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go have that glass of water, and I'll see you on the next video. The next video actually is going to be Sam St. John, Rich Strickler, and myself to do a rundown and review of the great Jackson Browne album, Running on Empty. So, all right, we'll see you. Thank you.